begin, gentle seekers and witches. Hootiful greetings, gentle seekers and witches, to Hecate's Library of Mystical Arts. If you are new to this video library, this is my way of greeting to you. If you are a returning gentle seeker or witch, thank you so much for checking out this video book to expand your plethora of wisdom. Allow me to bewitch your mind. I am called José Pablo. I am a professional witch who specializes in divination, the mystical arts, and libers. Today's video book is video book number 11, also known as fan vote number 1. You will see in the title when you scroll down, there is no title to this video book because of this story. So last week Monday, my producer and I were watching the video book of last week, and he got mad because I called him an editor instead of a producer. He does more than just editing jobs, he says. So we have been fighting for the last week. As of Sunday, we finally made up. We came up with 2 different ideas for today's video book in the midst of our fighting. I decided to put it to a vote for you gentle seekers and witches to decide what I am talking about today. Here are the 2 ideas. The first idea is debunking card myths. This is from Tarot, Oracle, Lenormand, and so on. It doesn't matter what your craft is, you've probably heard these myths one way or another. And it doesn't pertain to just card reading. The other idea that we're going to talk about perhaps is exploring Hecate's Library of Mystical Arts of the decks that were used from 2020 to the present. For those of you who do not follow me on Facebook and or Instagram, you're missing out on quite a bit on decks. So I thought, why not get the gentle seekers and witches up to date about the decks I've used from May 1st, 2020, when this library officially opened its doors, to the present as of June 2023, and explore all the decks that were in it. I thought it'd be fun to also incorporate themes in that as well. So I put this vote out on Facebook and Instagram for sure. I should have also put it on YouTube, because I realized there are probably some of you who only follow me on YouTube. My apologies. For next voting practices, we will include YouTube. And so, here are the results. So I counted the votes, and this is what happened. 4 of you wanted debunking card myths. 2 of you wanted exploring the decks from 2020 to the present. So, exploring card myths have won. Thank you to all the gentle seekers and witches who voted. If you want to be included in this vote for next time, then this is what I suggest you do. Join me on Instagram, Facebook, on YouTube if you want. And vote, because I only put it from Tuesday to Friday. That's when I'm going to put the votes on. So now that we know that this video book is going to be debunking card myths, I don't know how many card myths there are, but I want to let you know this. If there are more than just these 5, you could leave it in a comment and tell me, well, I heard this, or perhaps look on this site to help you figure out more myths that you can talk about, because we're only going to do 5 at a time. This past Thursday was June 1st, so that means a new deck has come into Hecate's Library of Mystical Arts. With that being said, let's do a brief walkthrough of what this deck is. For June 2023, we're doing the Kemetic Tarot. This is written by Michael Coles and illustrated by Anna Grafowski. I'm probably pronouncing that last name wrong. I am so sorry, Anna. Please forgive me. I will practice to research how to pronounce your last name. So on the box that you will get, you will have a box that has hieroglyphics. On top of that, the title of the deck is on the sides. It's black and gold, so that means perhaps we're going to see black and gold a lot in this this deck. Now, inside the box are a couple things. Here's what's inside the box. The first thing you will notice, it has this small box that has the Kemetic Tarot on it. Now, this is easy for you to carry around with you in case if you don't want to carry the big bulky box. Clever. But there's an easier way. I'll show you in a little bit. Also in this, you will get the guidebook. In here, you will find all the Egyptian mythology that are in the cards, from the gods and goddesses to pharaohs, pharaohs' spouses, and everyday life of the people of ancient Egypt. This is called Coming Forth by Day, written by Michael Coles. It's also known as the Egyptian Book of the Dead, because in a way, you're going through ancient Egypt, and those people have been long gone, but their ancestors or spirits still live on in some capacity. The final thing you will find, which I think is the most practical thing that you can use to carry your cards, is this bag that has horse's eye. I think this is really cool, and it's very soft. Okay, inside it's just black. It's just a simple bag, to be honest. So when I carry these cards, I'm gonna put it in the box and carry it in here. If you would like to buy this deck, I will admit that the deck we're working with is the first edition. So you will have to buy the second edition, known as the Veil Assets. You can find that in the description box down below. It's very similar to the first edition, however, there are some more hidden gems that you will get in this particular deck. I'm not going to spoil that for you. Before we draw today's card of the day, I want to let you know about something. This is called jumper cards. Jumper cards are cards that jump out when you're shuffling or when are you splitting the deck. It doesn't matter. The card comes out in some fashion. Now, I am a person who reads the card as part of my daily practice, as like, okay, this is the message that the spirit wants me to hear, or this is what Isis or Saris or Anubis, Thoth, and so on wants me to hear, or Hecate even. This is the message that I need to pay attention to. There are other gentle seekers and witches that use it as, okay, this card jumped out, but we're still going to shuffle the rest of the cards, so we incorporate that jumper card and what the message is. Okay? If you use one of those two ways, that's great. If you do not use jumper cards, that's great too. Everyone is different, and that's okay. You choose what's best for you and your craft. So, when the card jumped out, I put it on top of the deck so that way it's ready to go. So, with that being said, let us explore what today's card of the day is. Oh, before I forget, remember, this year is all about decks that have different names on it. So we have scepters, ankhs, swords, and scarabs. If we get any one that has scepters, ankhs, or scarabs, lucky for me, I decided to read the guidebook, so I know which suit is the corresponding suit that fits the Rider-Waite Smith. Swords are just swords, so there's no translation needed for that. But the other three suits do need a translation, so we will show you the picture of Rider-Waite Smith, just like we did of Forest of Enchantment Tarot. Oh, did I mention that Page and Knight is named differently in this deck? I haven't? Oh. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah, so if we explore that, you will know what those correspondence will be too. With that being said, let's talk about today's card of the day. The card of the day is Warrior of Scarabs in the upright position. This is the card that jumped out at my attention, and it fell upright. The Warrior of Scarabs indicates to us that we need to slow down. We need to take our time with things, because if we rush, we're going to mess up, we're not going to feel great. I know that firsthand because I had to do a lot of takes with this video book already because I didn't slow down. I didn't take my time. And I talk very fast at times too. So it helps me to realize, okay, slow down, keep your horses in check, because there may be something you're missing, or there may be a vision that you need to get clear about. But you can't see it if you're moving too fast. Okay? So, to translate what this is, the Warrior of Scarabs equals to the Knight of Pentacles. If you see something different, gentle seekers and witches, please feel free to leave it in the comments down below this video book. I, as well as many other gentle seekers and witches, look forward to your personal insights to expand our plethora of wisdom. Let us begin, gentle seekers and witches. If you're going to make this a complete series, I'm going to call it the K Bolt Myths and Facts. Sounds catchy, right? This will be part 1 of those myths and facts. Myth number 1. Cards are only used to predict the future. Well, not really true. Yes, some people use the cards to read into the future of what is going to happen. But there are some people who use it for coaching others. There are some people who use it to develop archetypes or characters. There are some people who use it in a religious practice. There are some people who use it as a psychology, like learn about their inner self, work with their inner child, and so much more, like shadow work. There are a lot of ways you can use cards, not just only for future telling. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people associate tarot cards with predicting the future. Let's explore the next myth. Myth number 2. Cards are the work of the devil. Okay. Before I get into all of this religious hodgepodge, know that I respect all religions, I respect everyone's beliefs, but I'm going to debunk this myth right now. While some readers use it to work with the devil, and that's their choice, there are other readers who do not. I, for example, do not. I've worked with divine figures of gods and goddesses, angels and saints, and so on. If you recall from my video book of introductory rites, you will hear me say gods and goddesses, angels and saints, demons and mystics, because I want everyone to be included in the space. It doesn't matter what you believe in, as long as you believe in something, or nothing at all. But if you believe in nothing at all, I would say that you probably are going to say your higher self or your purpose. I ask my higher self, can you give me the message I need to receive, what I need to hear? Myth number 3. Cards were made in ancient Egypt. Okay. The creator of the Thoth or Thoth Tarot, Al-Shafali, was the one who spewed this in his work. I'm not saying he's incorrect, I'm not going to say he's right, because there is some validation there, but we do know this. In 105 AD, the Tang Dynasty in China created paper. Later on, some people believe that the cards were played there. However, in Europe, it wasn't known until the 1300s to the 1400s as well. Let's explore the next myth. Myth number 4. Cards should be bought by someone else other than you. Okay, not necessarily true. You can buy your own deck with no problem, because you will see decks and you will know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. If you get someone else to buy it for you, that's great, that's wonderful. I believe it's very superstitious that you can't buy your own deck, because if that was the case, most of the decks that are in Hecate's Library of Mystical Arts have a purpose, and I usually buy them myself because I know the purpose. I know what I like, what I don't like. I do my research, and I want to see if it's time for me to bring it to Hecate's Library or not. I would say this: do your own research before you go out in the world and buy it, or buy it online. So if you have someone buy a deck of cards for you that knows your aesthetic very well, then go for it. I'm not going to stop you. But 9 times out of 10, I would suggest you buy your own deck of cards. Let's explore the final myth that I'm going to talk about today. Myth number 5. Cards can be good or evil. There is no in-between. Not necessarily true, gentle seekers and witches. Every card can be positive, every card can be negative. Let us explore certain cards. Let's explore the Sun card. The Sun card is usually viewed as a positive card, and it means joy, it means happiness. But let's say, for example, you don't read reversals, but you pick up something else. You pick up they're overexcited or they're overjoyed by something. They're putting their happiness out there too much for you, and you are getting suffocated by the happiness because you are sad that something happened to you. And this happiness is engulfing you, so it's not very healthy thinking. I get that completely. I understand. So you need to be able to look at a card and say, well, even though this card is positive, maybe they're going through a tough time too. Or maybe you can see this card as being depressed because you cannot see the actual sun when you have this case. Because the sun is hidden based on clouds, and seeing that you're depressed, you are enveloping the clouds energy instead of being sunny and bright. The other card I'm going to talk to you about is the Five of Cups. Now, when you see this card, 3 of the cups are knocked over. 2 of the cups are upright. However, you're more focused on the cups that are spilled. So it's very depressing because you're like, I can't get back what I lost. How dare I? I'm stupid. I'm hopeless. This is not going great. This is worthless. And all this negative thinking is going around. However, I'm going to spin that around. Note there are 2 cups still standing. Now, I can tell you, focus on those 2 cups. Be grateful for the fact that you still have some liquid. Be grateful that you still have something to give, rather than focusing on what you do not have anymore. Sounds easy enough, but sometimes you need to give that harsh truth. And there you have it, gentle seekers and witches. You have successfully completed video book number 11, also known as fan vote number 1, also known as K Bolt number 1. Thank you so much for checking out this video book. Anyways, gentle seekers and witches, here are the final 3 things that you can do for this video library. Number 1, if you like this video book for your own personal library, you learned something because these myths are now facts, and or you just want to see, hit the like button. If you would like to come along on Hecate's Library of Mystical Arts and its Odyssey, we will love to have you here. Hit the subscribe button. If you want an owl to deliver to your inbox via electronic letters, hit the notification bell. That way you're up to date on when a new video book is ready for you to check out. Thank you so much for visiting today here at Hecate's Library of Mystical Arts. It means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. Keep making magic in your everyday life. Blessed be.